feel a little bit better this time around to go out there and kind of put an appropriate ending to you versus Peter?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was like that bedtime story that your parents tell you when they're a kid and they don't finish the ending, and you're just upset as a kid because you want to hear the ending. And I think Peter deserved that rematch. You know what I mean? I don't think that anybody that loses from a no contest or whatever it is, from a foul, eye poke, whether it be a groin shot or whatever, deserves that opportunity to get back in there. So it was great to put a stamp on the end of that, and onward and upward now.
In the first round, when he went down, you hit him with a kick. Was that above the belt, did you think? I know the referee ruled it that way.
Yeah. It was a body shot.
Yeah.
He knew that's why he got up right away, because Peter does have a lot of heart. I give him that. But it was a body shot. And I'm like, that was not a blow. I was like, started having flashbacks for a second. But I tried to make sure I was on point with my targeting this time.
Yeah, for sure. And there was a few points in that fight where you had him in all sorts of trouble, and the referee probably could have maybe stepped in. Were you surprised in some of those sequences that it wasn't stopped?
To be honest, yes. The first time, when I hit him in the body, he kind of turned away and wasn't in a position to intelligently protect himself. So I thought it could have been stopped then. Into the first round, I thought it could have been stopped. Into the second round, I thought it could have been stopped. And then towards part of the third as well, I was hitting him with, at least 10 to 20 unanswered shots, but that's the ref's job, not mine. So my job is to keep going.
You got 15 minutes of experience. Like you said, a lot of dominant positions, sequences. Grade your performance for me. How do you think you did overall?
I think I did so. You know what I mean? It's not my full capability, but I want to show everybody that people know me as one of the greatest as far as kickboxers and stuff like that, but I'm not a kickboxer anymore. I am a mixed martial artist. So I wanted to show the diversity of my game. I have some amazing coaches that I work with Coach Mark Munoz over at Training Lab, Coach Sam Calavita, who my cardio, as you see, is amazing. So thanks, Coach Cal. Appreciate you. Joe Murphy, Tyler Wamos. I even got to do some training with some amazing people over at Alpha Male. Even Uriah, trained me personally. Got some great guys up there that were helping me out with my wrestling game, as you guys got to see some of that. Had some great wrestlers like Alex Munoz, Ryan Loader, Andre Philly. Just to name a few people that have been helping me out. Even like I said, my jiu-jitsu, I've been even had the blessing to work with like Ryan Hall on some jiu-jitsu stuff. So it was nice to be able to show my growth. And people don't realize I'm 40 years old, but I'm like that fine wine. I'm just getting better with time.
And you talk about your age. I think people are really fascinated by you being a veteran of combat sports, but kind of a newbie still to MMA. So what do you think's next for you? Where do you go from here?
Bellator made it a lot easier for me, to be honest. When they're joining with Showtime and creating the top 10, now I have targets. Now I have I don't want to call it a hit list, but a target list, of people to go after. At the end of the day, I am older, so I don't like to stand in line. So I want to go straight to see the wizard. That wizard is Douglas Lima. I'm going to do my best to skip whoever I can in line in order to see the wizard.
We'll take a couple more here. Giancarlo.
Hi, Raymond. Congrats on the win. When we last spoke, you were talking about how kickboxing is a little bit different when you're in there in MMA. So what was some of the best advice you got about coming into this with your wrestling and utilizing your kickboxing?
Some of the best advice that I got was by being able to mix the wrestling in, it would open up my striking, which it did. And by being able to transition and switch from back and forth, because people aren't able to see my striking because I have a different style of my striking ability. So it opens up my wrestling game a lot more. So I had an amazing time, learning and growing. I'm kind of learning and growing on the job with it all, but I'm having an amazing time. And I know what it takes to be a champion, a world-class athlete. So I take that same mindset into my wrestling, into my jiu-jitsu training sessions.
Donna?
Raymond, I was seeing a lot of memes during that fight. A lot of people with that Nate Diaz, oh, so you're a wrestler now. You must be delighted to have been able to show that side of your game tonight.
Oh, yeah. No, to go into a fight and have a tool and not to use those tools that are available to you is not an intelligent fighter. So if it's like if you go to a gunfight, but you have a knife and you say, well, I'm just going to use this knife. Why wouldn't you use a gun if it's allowed to use, so to speak, no intentional weapons or anything? But I have a lot of these weapons. I have my wrestling. I have that. So yeah, I want to open my game up. Plus, Peter's got a lot of heart. I wanted to wear him out. I wanted to show my cardio. I wanted to show everybody else that I am coming and that I am growing. And so if I only show my stand-up, people can look at my highlight resume and they can see my stand-up game. No one's ever seen me wrestle. So now they can see that, oh, he is wrestling. He is grappling, because I am coming for the top. I don't plan on just being in the division and competing and making highlights. I come to be the champion.
Who's next? What's next? Is there any names on your mind for a potential next fight and a potential time frame of when we'll see you back in the Bellator cage?
Well, to be honest, this was my last contracted fight with Bellator. I know they're new at Showtime. I hope that the company sees my value and what I'm capable of doing, and I hope they want to continue to work with me. But I'm looking for anybody in that top 10 situation, because I should have, and my reputation should precede me. So hopefully they would give me that opportunity. Even though if you look at my record, it looks I'm very young in the MMA world, but trust me, my fight IQ and my fight experience, it's a lot. So
Last one, Jay.
Hey, congrats on the win tonight, Raymond. You touched on it a little earlier. You spent some time at Team Alpha Male, and I think you did them proud tonight with that well-rounded game. How much do you credit that experience for the wrestling, the takedowns that we saw tonight from you?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, I have a great coach with Mark Munoz. Even at Training Lab, I have some amazing people like Juan Archuleta, who beats me up all the time. But I was able to go up to Alpha Male, and Uriah was, he kind of took me under his wing a little bit, showed me some stuff. They have some amazing wrestlers down there that were just, this one guy, Ryan Loader. You guys haven't heard about him yet, but you will. Alex Munoz. They were just taking it to me, slamming me all over the mat. Just when I thought I had the wrestling game down, I realized that there's levels to that whole wrestling scene. So I'm very grateful for the guys up at Alpha Male. Andre Philly actually took me under his wing as well, helped me out with a bunch of different things. So that experience of being able to go with some seasoned vets that were out that way was a great blessing. And I appreciate them welcoming me with open arms. And then my wife, she also beats me up all the time. Baby, I love you.
And last one for me on that note, Colby has a fight coming up later this month. So do you reset now and go into training partner mode for her?
Yeah, definitely. I was very fortunate and blessed to come out of this fight. As of right now, when the adrenaline goes away, I'll see how I'm hurt or not. But yeah, now I go into coaching mode. I'm 40. I'll actually be 41 at the end of this month. And Colby actually fights on my birthday. It's the 29th in Singapore, but it's the 28th out here. So there's no greater birthday present than for your significant other, for your wife to go out and live her dream. And for me to be on the sideline, cheering and motivating and pushing her through it was different to not have her here for this particular fight, because she's obviously still in training camp herself, so she couldn't be with me this weekend. And I missed her, helping me out with everything. Cleaning up after me. My room is a mess right now, baby. Sorry.
All right. Thanks for the time, Raymond.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time.